I'm preparing for the live stream also, sir. Then we will go ahead. Sir, shall we start?
Yes, please. Yes, Dr. Bajwa. Yeah,
Yeah, I will not start with a welcome address by me. I think we should start with the Saraswati Vandana first.
absolutely. Yes.
Om Saraswati Devi Namaha. Presenting Saraswati Devi Vandanam. Ya Kundendu Tushara Hara Dhamala Ya Shubhra Vastravrita Ya Veena Varadanda Mandita Kara Ya Shweta Padmasana या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा
Ya Kundendu Saraswati Mantra was presented by ISA Cultural Club. It is a beautiful and yet highly powerful prayer to Divine Mother Saraswati for bestowing her grace and love. Recited every morning, it marks start of the day on a positive note. Regular chanting of this mantra can win the grace of Mother Saraswati and bestow goodness and knowledge and help the chanters mature spiritually. May Goddess Saraswati bless us all.
So that was a beautiful composition of Saraswati Vandana by our ISA Culture Club, and they have done a wonderful job because it gives a very holy touch to the program and also with a very good traditional beginning. And thanks to the cultural club because they have been working during my entire last 3 years tenure. I've seen them working very hard in bringing the new things every time and making the ISA grow extra academically also. That's the way I think a society should be progressing. So you just can't grow with academics. The extracurricular activities are equally important to spread your wings in all directions. So, good evening, President Sir, senior dignitaries, friends. Welcome to the grand finale. That's the final day of our Anesthesia Action Week, the day 7. That's World Anesthesia Day. I hope many of you must have celebrated the Anesthesia Day at your institution or hospital, and now in the evening you may have some functions at a city branch or a state branch or whatever you may have planned. But thanks from the bottom of my heart. You have spared some precious time to log into the ISA National World Anesthesia Day evening. So this evening we will not be taking much longer because everybody will be busy. So we don't want to disturb anybody, and many of you may be going to attend the program at your levels. I can see our President-elect Dr. Naveen also there today. I think he must be traveling anyway, but nice to see you even from the US to India. You can unmute because I have taken a serious precautions on the Zoom platform for the last few days.
Yeah.
So today is a day where we will be interacting with the two eminent personalities who, after the anesthesia, they switched off their, the profession of anesthesia and went on to different fields. One went to the endocrinology, the other went to the emergency medicine. But still, I think in their heart somewhere, the anesthesiologist must be brimming with energy, and the base, the platform found by this, the specialty must have worked wonders to progress further in their life. Also, we will be having some awards declaration today. Those are very, very important awards which will be bestowed during the ISACon Raipur, I think on November 28th, 29th, 28th. One or two is on 28th, one is on 29th, few on 29th. So, this is the evening to cherish, to relish, and to celebrate together the World Anesthesia Day. Everyone knows the history of anesthesia, no need to repeat that. But what we have achieved over the last 2 years celebrating Anesthesia Action Week is something unique. The efforts put in by President, Secretary, the Governing Council members to stick to the screen for almost 1.5 to 2 hours every day, continuously 7 days. It takes, just like a stamina of a marathoner. You just can't stick to the screen every day for 1.5 to 2 hours like this and continue with such programs. But anything which you want to achieve, it requires a sacrifice, whether it's of a time, energy, skills, or whatever, or a family time also. But why I have set a record, I think whatever have been achieved through this action week, few of the things will be conveyed by President Dr. Bala Venkat sir, because he is in direct touch with the WFSA office also. So the global reach of this program will be conveyed by him. I think sir had just logged out of what he was traveling. Maybe at that time the signal may have gone. So anyway, in the meantime we have Dr. Naveen also with us. So I request Dr. Naveen to convey his wishes and welcome message also.
And
Dr. Naveen sir.
thank you, Dr. Bajwa. Heartiest congratulations to all the members of Anesthesia Fraternity on the World Anesthesia Day 2025. I convey my greetings to all the proud anesthesiologists who are serving the nation and the society day in and day out and working for the welfare of the patients, whether it is a safe anesthesia, safe perioperative period, saving lives in critical care, relieving pain in the pain clinics, and doing excellent work in cardiac, neuro, pediatric, obstetric anesthesia. Feel proud of yourself. And the theme of 2025 is role of anesthesiologist in health emergencies. Being a pain physician, I like to reiterate that in addition to all the things, we should also ensure that the patients who are coming in emergency are provided adequate pain relief also. I once again congratulate Dr. Bajwa and Dr. Balavenkat for this splendid anesthesia week, where numerous activities were conducted over the last 1 week. And I, as a past secretary, I understand how much toll it takes for the Secretariat and the headquarters to plan all those things. Congratulations to the Secretariat and the entire Governing Council. And once again, a very warm World Anesthesia Day 2025 to all of you. And finally, before I conclude, whatever you do, follow the three mantras: honesty, sincerity, and work very hard. And you're bound to be successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Naveen sir. Now I request our Dr. Bala Venkat sir. I think because of the traffic, he was getting the signals broken in between. He was also busy in the entire day. So, as Dr. Bala Venkat sir logged in or not? I think.
He is intermittently connected and is getting
Yeah,
disconnected.
just he's calling. So, Dr. Bala Venkat sir has conveyed his wishes because his traveling, the signal is getting broken in between. So, in the meanwhile, we will proceed with the sessions. So, first of all, I'd like to invite our foreign guest here, foreign faculty, Dr. Vishal Sehgal, who is a very dear friend of mine because we stayed on the same floor, same hostel, used to jog together in the morning or in the evening, and then we used to cook the chicken in the, just boil the chicken and eat it. He was the one to make me eat that boiled chicken, and so many other memories that's associated with him. Right in the when we had a national conference at Guwahati, so we went to the hostel and we did some ragging again to all the juniors in the local language. So it was a nostalgic time I had with him for so many years, and he has been a source of inspiration at so many places, leaving anesthesiology, doing internal medicine, and so many hiccups he got, but ultimately now is a chair of endocrinology at his institution, biggest achievement by anesthesiologist in his life to become the chair of endocrinology, that too in the US. So heartiest welcome to Dr. Vishal Sehgal, and he's also product of Rohtak. Dr. Naveen
Yes,
is smiling in behind because
yes,
he knows the value of passing out from the PGMS Rohtak. So Dr. Naveen, you can also welcome him, Dr. Vishal
uh,
Sehgal.
dear Vishal, welcome to this platform of ISA National, and it moves me back around 30 years when you were in the department as a postgraduate, and we had a good time together. So welcome, and I look forward to having you more often in India, and if possible, Raipur. Otherwise, next year plan for Trivandrum. So welcome to this platform, and look forward to listening to you.
Thank you, Dr. Malhotra. It was very nice. Actually, anesthesia is what laid the foundation for a successful career, whether it is surgery, medicine, or anything. Everything was actually easy after that. That was such a core fundamentals of medicine that were imbibed. You also taught us, and then Dr. Chabra's able tutelage. It was like a core was made, and we just have to add some blossoming of the flowers around it. And it's been success story after that. And it's been a very smooth, easy ride. I mean, because when your roots are good, the plant really blossoms and shoots up pretty nicely. And
Yes.
you're in US, so we are in the same time zone, I guess.
Yes, yes, yes. And I think we both owe it to Professor Chabra.
Yeah.
Me also, because he was my examiner.
Right.
So, Dr. Vishal, welcome to the platform of our holy day, rather a very religious day throughout the globe. And my first two things I want to know from you: transformation from an endocrinologist to the from the anesthesiology to the endocrinology, your beginning and your then going to the different specialty. What was the anesthesiology a bad thing, or you left it, or you wanted to do something different? I think you have to throw a light, a very honest confession, and I think to the public, because uh, you being an anesthesiologist, that is also not an easy job. Then you went on to become endocrinologist. That's another tough job. So just want to know the curious about thing before we embark upon the next question. So this I want to get a good answer from you on this platform.
Well, thank you, Dr. Bajwa. First of all, Thank you for your kind words. And, learning is a two-way experience. I have learned a lot from you, and maybe we kind of interacted, and, it's like principle of exchange. You teach and you learn. And that's the way it goes. And regarding anesthesia, I mean, I'm so happy I did anesthesia before I did anything, because that's like the core of medicine. You learn the medicine and you see the surgery. So you really imbibe the whole medicine. If there is one specialty which imbibes all the critical things of medicine, that's anesthesia, because you see the surgical part of it and you get the medicine feel of it. And after that, frankly, it was very easy. When I went into medicine, I was like, this is nothing. What I have done, and this, and the one of the pitfall of anesthesia is you don't really get acknowledged. No, patient doesn't even know how much you did for them, and you practically take them to close to death and bring them back every time, and so successfully so. They're like the core. If anesthesia is not there, all the major advancement in surgery has been possible because of anesthesia. I mean, the day surgery that has come in with proper fall, people going home the same day, it's like wonderful. And the main crux of medicine is anesthesia. So after that, internal medicine was very easy to do, actually. I don't want to demean anything, but once you have done anesthesia, everything is easy. And endocrine was even easier. And I practically tell my friend, this is nothing. This is this is not even work. What I have done in the past was the real stuff. All credit to anesthesia, but that makes you very confident in your clinical practice, because you can handle anything critical care. And once you know that, everything is smooth. The confidence is the key thing. Once a person has confidence, he can do anything. And US is a country of opportunities, so people tend to promote you more and more. And it just came in leaps and bounds, and it was a very smooth, easy ride for me. But all thanks to anesthesia.
Thank you, Dr. Vishal, for such a lovely description of our specialty and how really it makes things easier for a clinician. I definitely agree with you, because from anesthesiology, I went on to do the emergency medicine also, just like our senior Dr. Aruna Ramesh Madam also did. So, the next part I just want to ask you is, see, when you have become endocrinologist now, whether you're dealing with critical care or not, that's a different story, because those are different setups in a different hospitals. Endocrinologists, how many times they are really required to deliver the services to the critical care. But one thing I really want to ask you is, see, whenever we are facing some endocrine emergencies in the critical care unit, do you think that the approach of a anesthesiologist or come intensivist is a better than endocrinologist, or endocrinologist can help them to do the things better? You can enumerate some few emergencies also, some approach also, some incidences also, experiences also. Just want to know this thing, the role of endocrinologist in the critical care setting where we encounter the endocrine emergencies. I'm not going to talk about the OT, it's about the critical care only. So can you throw some light on that fact?
So whether it is critical care or operating setup, one of the disadvantage for the anesthesia is that they are in contact with the patient for a very short time. I mean, and it's a very critical time, but it's a very short time. So they have to take quick actions, recognize the problem right away, and do things right there. So, but as an endocrine or as an internal medicine person, you know the patient for a long time and you know the inside out. So the correct thing, if any questions, it's always better to call the patient's primary care endocrinologist, and it's kind of a sync with the two teams that would lead to better, uh, co coordinated care would deliver the best possible results. And I do get called by anesthesiologists in my hospital sometimes here and there, and they will text me and they have some things to how to assess them in the pre-operative. Should they defer the surgery or should they not? And a lot of times I said, it's a very critical thing. You don't want to defer when it's not really needed. And you, at the same time, you don't want the morbidity or mortality to go up. So correct answer would be to good coordination between the endo anesthesia lead to the best results.
My question remains still partly unanswered. Just want to convey to you whether, as an endocrinologist, can an endocrinologist be a much better intensivist if they give more time to the patient in the, I think, if possible in the perioperative setup or even in the intensive care, because the prognosis of a patient depends upon mainly the endocrinologist, if the endocrine emergencies are there, and we working on the patient safety, sometimes the physician is always, the physician can always be there if you are working in a hospital setup, but sometimes you don't find the services of endocrinologist. Does the presence of endocrinologist makes a difference to the prognosis and the patient safety?
It does definitely. We have some issue because that's what we deal with inside out. And like in our hospital, we have a lot of heart transplants, and we are used to dealing with all the steroid-related hyperglycemias and everything. And we are like, it's for everyday things. So we are much more comfortable than an intensivist or, for that matter, the transplant surgeon than anybody else. So it does make a difference. In fact, our surgeons insisted that we need an inpatient endocrine service, otherwise we won't do the surgeries. We need a backup. So that's why I am there. And
Yeah, and
right
that,
now, after this, I'm going to go and round in the ICU. Most of our patients are actually in the critical care settings because regular floor, the internal medicine people are able to do it. But right from the post-op cases, that's where we come in.
and I think the knowledge of anesthesiology as well as endocrinology adds a boost to your hospital. Your hospital is very fortunate enough to have you there as a chair as well as delivering services in that capacity. So similarly, in that front, I will like to ask Aruna Madam also, how does the anesthesia really help the formation of an emergency medicine physician? Because I know the answer myself on my behalf, but I want to know your experiences, ma'am. How would really, the transformation is very challenging. In anesthesiology, you keep on ascending the hierarchy, you become little bit, less dogged work, more of a supervisory work. But in emergency medicine, you have to lead from the front, right? 24 hours a day, 24 hours into 7 days a week, and that's a very tough job. And how you really handled it, how the transformation process was complete from anesthesiology to emergency medicine.
Thank you, Professor, and a happy Anaesthesia World Day today from Bengaluru. Uh, thank you once
Ma'am, your
again.
voice is little, can you bring the mic little closer?
Let me increase the voice. Hear me now. Can you hear me?
Uh, just slightly disturbing sounds, not that clear, ma'am.
Now, sir? Can you hear me, sir?
You try, ma'am. You try that thing. We will be
Yeah,
in the flow of the things. We may be able to hear better.
true. Just 1 minute. I'll just check if. Yes. So, it has been interesting for me. Can you hear now, sir? Can you hear
Ma'am,
me?
voice is slightly muffled actually.
Oh, I
Uh,
see.
you try turning off the video, ma'am. Try turning off the video and speak. Then I think we may hear better.
Now, sir?
Ma'am, keep on answering that. I think that is the better way to go forward now.
Yeah, 1 minute. I'll just connect the earpiece and check.
Dr. Vishal, Dr. Aruna Ramesh, ma'am, she was anesthesiologist and later on converted to her branch to the emergency medicine. One of the pioneer of emergency medicine in India, laying down the curriculum also. She has done a lot of work in managing and upbringing the emergency medicine in India. We can say the true pioneer of these type of fields, just like you, the pioneer of anesthesia and endocrine anesthesia. So that was my favorite topic some time back. So she's on the same field.
Actually, that is the beauty of anesthesia. Maybe you don't know. I worked as emergency physician also over here.
Yeah.
So I mean, anesthesia lets you do everything. Once you do anesthesia, you kind of you are able to handle the critical care stuff, and you have done the medicine. So I used to work for a couple of years in the emergency medicine as well.
True, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better voice, ma'am.
It's been the years since I moved into emergency medicine. That was in 2004, actually one of the earliest to start emergency medicine in India. And before that, I was in 99, 2000, I went to UK, worked at Western Hospital, which was a referral hospital for trauma and burns, and gained the experience both in the emergency department and also in the EMS services, and then came and established it here. So what actually we used to see at that time is there was just a casualty services, and we used to go to the anesthetist used to be called there, and when we go, what we found was not an optimal treatment was being provided before they were being referred. So that is what led me to take up this challenge. But once I moved to emergency medicine, the question that I was asked over here was, why have you become a casualty officer? Yes. So then it took a lot of firefighting to ensure that our footings became strong, and we were able to put processes into place. And the most challenging is when you're an anesthesiologist, just like the pilot, you're so tuned to doing things the same way every time. And without that check, you are not able to proceed. So inculcating that into the emergency physicians who are upcoming now has become a challenge. I think that is what has become a second thing for us when we approach for any procedure, whether it is intubation or any procedure, and background noise of that blip sound and the changing in the heart rate, the saturation going down. We don't have to look at the monitor. It's already telling us when you hear it itself. So these are some subtle things that have really given me a lot of confidence in starting off this department. Yeah.
Great. I think that's a beautiful journey, and being where we know you being the pioneer of emergency medicine in India, and this role has been recognized by almost many in the country. Uh, so just it was crossing my mind, ma'am. See, when you have become emergency medicine physician, how much does it really reflect upon you that this I learned in anesthesia, so this will be useful in emergency medicine? How many times it really crosses your mind that the knowledge of anesthesia is useful here, it's better here? And on the same lines, if I ask you that if a non-anesthesiologist become an emergency medicine specialist, is it going to be superior to a anesthesiologist becoming emergency medicine specialist? This is a very straightforward question. I think you should be throwing light on this aspect with whatever honest introspection you can give.
There is no doubt when an anesthesiologist becomes an emergency physician, we are on the upper deck. So we can take care of all types of emergencies. And whether it happens in the pre-hospital, hospital, or anywhere in the hospital, so you are in the driver's seat. Actually, so much of confidence because your basic physiology and pathology is so strong that we are able to tackle most of the challenges that are thrown to us. And if you know, there was a runover injury that came in, and when the call came, trauma call came, I came to the ED. Everybody was standing away from the patient because the whole lower limb was so damaged, and they thought this patient will die. So I said, it is not for us to decide who lives and dies. And I took him into the emergency OT, just put him onto the anesthesia machine and ventilator, and asked them to go ahead and clean and wait for the surgeons to come. And by then the lines were in. And this patient actually who came with who had a 3-gram hemoglobin and lost his entire lower limb, survived. He had evisceration also. So he survived. So that's the beauty of anesthesia and the confidence it gives you. The basic training is so strong that it helps us to tide over, to give everything to save the life of patient.
Yeah, that's true, ma'am. Most importantly is the saving of the life of the patient and the patient safety concerns. That's why it was, the importance of anesthesiology. Today I was just correlating it with just Adam and Eve. So from when the child is born, so anesthesia is just like Adam and Eve parents, from where the first branch came. I think the emergency medicine. I think the whole country, when it was started, I think you manufactured the curriculum, you prepared the things, but when it was time for the government policies to make it to the, every hospital institution through the MCI, the whole MCI, the whole government, they could not think of any other branch than anesthesia to bestow the responsibility to this specialty, so that the emergency medicine comes right under the ambit of anesthesia. Till you find more people to enroll into the emergency medicine, or you start the DM course or start the major fellowship courses. So I remember at that time when this emergency medicine was born, so anesthesia was the parent. And now, over the years, now I'm realizing that anesthesia has given birth to so many specialties and subspecialties and super specialties. I'm not talking about the cardiac, neuro, obstetrics, or pediatric anesthesia. I'm talking about the emergency medicine. I'm talking about the critical care. I'm talking about the pain medicine. I'm talking about the trauma medicine. I'm talking about the perioperative medicine. All these are born out of anesthesia. So I think the branch tomorrow it will be recognized as the bigger parent, and the only branch, only specialty which has got its date of birth. So we have a legal certificate, a medical proof that we were born on the 16th of October 1846, and we are definitely a very legal specialty. We have all the rights of the government to we have the privileges. So now I request Dr. Bala Venkat sir also to interact with our faculty of endocrine anesthesia and emergency medicine anesthesia, and also to take time to deliver his presidential address along with that. Bala Venkat sir. Sir, you can go ahead now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Sukhminderjit Singh Bajwa, our Honorary Secretary. And it's indeed a great pleasure to wish each one of you the happy World Anesthesia Day. And truly, as Dr. Bajwa was mentioning, I always consider anesthesia as the mother of modern medicine, for the simple reason that an anesthesiologist, though I completely agree with what our invitee, the endocrinologist, Dr. Segal, shared today, that you see the patient for very few minutes. That's why you don't connect emotionally. Though it is true, but I think many of occasions, a critically ill, they live because of those few minutes when they were so seriously, grievously, either injured or had a critical illness. The code blue that was announced, the intubation that was done, the resuscitation that was started, all that were for few minutes, but that makes the difference between life and death. And hence, I consider anesthesiology as truly the mother of modern medicine. And as per the current statistics in India, 80% of the critical care medicine are done by qualified anesthesiologists. So I'm extremely happy and delighted that we celebrate our presence today. And I'm very happy that from what we used to be, we have become more visible now, thanks to the perioperative medicine, where the anesthesiologist sees the patient preoperatively, optimizes the patient, does the procedure, looks after their acute pain service, their postoperative issues. And I'm sure that in the years to come, perioperative medicine will completely revolutionize the visibility of anesthesiologists, thanks to the new magical tools which have empowered anesthesiologists to equate themselves to any other physician inside the hospital by using the ultrasound, the point of care ultrasound, and diagnosis of hypertension, hypoxia, everything could be made on the bedside by an anesthesiologist. So a new era has begun, and I'm very happy that we live in this era where the transformation has happened. And I'm also very happy that the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, which is currently the fourth biggest in the world, as per the World Federation of Society of Anesthesiologists, next only to United States, Germany, China, it's India. This year we graduated from the 12th position to the 4th position, thanks to the Governing Council and the General Body for making this happen. And all the members of the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists should feel very happy that we are inching towards the top position. And with over 50,000 anesthesiologists as its member, we become one of the largest organized institutions in this country. And I look forward for this from going strength to strength, considering that 6,000 anesthesiologists graduate every year. I'm sure that we move towards, in a decade, we will be crossing the 1 lakh mark. With this comes the responsibility to make sure that this becomes a more organized sector, and we focus on patient safety, and we focus on every single surgical patient to decrease their morbidity and mortality. And this 1 week has been extremely stimulating, energetic, vibrant, and has enriched each one of us. Starting with the inaugural session by Dr. Daniela Filipiscu, the current president of the World Federation of Society of Anesthesiologists, who inaugurated the session and gave an excellent insight into patient blood management, which is very crucial for a country like ours. We also signed and endorsed the WFSA policy for labor analgesia, and we also initiated the process, the thought process of providing free anesthesia to the needy during the anesthesia week. This was followed by the day 2 by an excellent interaction on women leaders from across the globe. So we had 5 women leaders from several parts of the globe contributing their thoughts on how a woman can escalate herself and be a power to reckon in spite of all her commitments. So that was extremely insightful. And this was followed by the leadership in anesthesia, 2 brilliant talks, and the panel discussion that followed, contributed by Dr. Dibatia and Dr. Bajwa, on how an anesthesiologist could inculcate inside himself the leadership qualities to lead from the front in the perioperative period. And this was followed by, for the youngsters of this country to show the path, several specialists came and spoke about how to build a career when you want to be an anesthesiologist and a specialist. That was absolutely brilliant. So that was our 4th day. Then the 5th day was a holistic growth of anesthesiologists. We want them to grow wealthy, healthy, physically, mentally, financially. And we had such a wonderful session on wellness and a holistic growth. And following which, we had to celebrate the private practitioners of this country. 80% of the clinical work and surgical work in this country is done by private practitioners. So we want to celebrate their contributions. So yesterday was the Private Practitioners Day. And thanks to the new academic body that has been a part of the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists for the last 2 years, the College of Indian Society of Anesthesiology, with 6 deaneries. So we had celebrated the dean and the associate deans for their contributions to the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists. And to top on that, yesterday was the brilliant show of our ISA Cultural Club, which has enriched this 6th day and including today, the 7th day, with their brilliant performances and heart-rendering prayer and a patriotic national anthem. So together we can accomplish more, and I'm 100% confident India has got phenomenally has to contribute to the world literature because we serve a huge population. So we need to collate the data. We need to come up with our own guidelines, and time has come to share all that we know to the entire world, because we deal with a population which has got variety of disorders, and each one of the anesthesiologists here works much more than many of the anesthesiologists in several parts of the world, whether it's day or night. So it's time for us to showcase our expertise to the world. And I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the annual National Conference of Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, to be held next month from the 25th of November to 30th November. Happy to share that the entire World Federation board will be there. And also, I'm very happy to share that 14 subspecialties, or what we call it as super specialties, have their own session under the umbrella of ISA, the first ever time that's happening. So let's join together and learn from each other and make our national conference a huge success. With this, I thank each one of you for being an anesthesiologist, for being a part of the celebrations, and for contributing your might to make a difference in the life of several surgical patients and critically ill patients. And thanks to our anesthesiologist who blossomed into an endocrinologist, but who gave a lot of tributes for the anesthesia learning, Dr. Sehgal, and Dr. Aruna, who started as an anesthesiologist, went into emergency medicine, but still had to say such nice words about anesthesiology. It feels good, and I'm sure with renewed energy, we will start our day tomorrow being so proud to be an anesthesiologist. Thank you so much, and I hand over the proceedings to our secretary, Dr. Sukhminderjit Singh Bajwa.
Thank you, Bala sir. I think that's a wonderful summation of our entire week, what we are doing and what we are up to. And I think that we have done a wonderful job because the congratulatory messages across the nation, and I think you got from the globe also, that that's a thing to be relished and cherished for a longer time to come. My question, one question to both of them, first Dr. Vishal, then Dr. Aruna ma'am. Suppose tomorrow your kid want to become a doctor after your this primary course, maybe MBBS or whatever you want. Then this, when they want to choose a specialization, which specialization would you like to offer them? That's a very, very important question. I think, suppose, forget about that part. That's part A. Part B is, suppose during that personal counseling or something like evaluating, that you have got, Dr. Vishal, you got a choice between the internal medicine and anesthesia. So what are you going to offer to your kids? What are you going to advise?
So anesthesiologists are the best. They are the core of medicine, and it really prepares you. But at the same time, with a pinch of salt, they are under-recognized. They should be like the prime specialty, and they should be the most appreciated person. But that's not what it is. What I saw or what I see, and they are the most hardworking, most diligent, and most focused. So considering the amount of labor and hard work and everything put in, the rewards are not that much, frankly.
So,
I think compared to me, endocrine anesthesia works 10 times more. And it's not that, so I won't tell them to go to anesthesia, but I would encourage them to train them in anesthesia for a year, just like me. And you will be a good clinician and you'll be an excellent physician if you have the core of anesthesia. But if you want to practice it long time, the rewards are not worth it. It's not, I mean, even the patient doesn't recognize that you did so much. I mean, you are the best. Like, you really carry the weight of the hospital on your shoulders. And like, the dean of the hospital should be from anesthesia because they really understand the hospital and how it works. So yes, I appreciate anesthesia very much, but probably I will not tell them to go into anesthesia because the rewards are not that much as they deserve.
I think I was anticipating that answer because, Everybody wants in this life a little bit comfortable life, little better life, better paid life. But I think in the country like ours,
If they
uh,
really want to do that, let them be. But
yeah, the things that I think have started changing over a period of last 5 to 7 years. I've seen in our country where the anesthesiologists are being recognized for whatever the efforts they're doing, and in many hospitals you don't have the capacity, you don't have that the budget to hire an endocrinologist, but you can hire an internist, but hiring is also a very difficult job especially in the developing nations. But the role of anesthesia, the awareness about the anesthesiology procedures, its multidimensional roles, I think they have been increasingly recognized in every part of the country. And I think same is the story for the globe also. But that definitely, what I wanted to see, the test the mentality from once you have shifted to anesthesia, you don't want to come back. I think same thing I want to ask to Dr. Aruna, madam. Madam, what are your views?
Anesthesia has become such a part of my everyday life that it is like it prepares us to be crisis commanders. And the anesthesiology role, as Dr. Bala said, whether it is a code blue call or what we have not touched upon as retrieving patients, transporting patients, or during a disaster response, or in any crisis, it prepares you as to become a leader. It prepares you in team dynamics, and it prepares you for coordination. So you're ready to embark on any type of specialty. And we have a bit of all the specialties that you know of, and then you are able to expand it, or you can go far on whichever specialty you want from the foundation. So I would still recommend anybody who is going to be taking up to take anesthesiology, because that gives you the foundation, and then you can actually become leaders in any specialty that you take up.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I think I was also anticipating this answer from you. So my thinking pattern goes in the same way, like emergency medicine physician, and to some extent a non-internist. So I was anticipating both the answers. But one thing, what I've felt through in our country, we have got many of the couples are anesthesiologists, and then many parents, daughters, sons, and father, they are turning out to be anesthesiologists. I can name a few here, but that's not the right platform to declare those things. Many of the renowned anesthesiologists in our country have their daughters or sons graduating to the post-graduating to the anesthesiology, and they feel proud of it. Tomorrow, if something happens to in my family, also somebody wants to take up anesthesia, I will be the most happiest person. Whether it's rewarding or not, whether it's a hard work or not, but choosing a specialty for which we have laid down our, every sacrifice we have done, the passion we have got for our branch, the awareness we have got about the patient care, patient safety, the hard work we do to make the society aware about the various resuscitative procedures. I don't think so. Any other specialty take that much effort to educate the general public about the life-saving procedures and skills. There may be many camps, screening camps, other camps, but if you ask me, Dr. Atul Gandhi is also here in the line here, where they have went on to make the Guinness Book of World Record by teaching the basic life-saving skills to the anesthesiologists, and that entered in the Guinness Book of World Record when they did in Ahmedabad. So these are the few things which makes our life, something more to be cherished about. We feel so inner satisfaction is there. May not be from all aspects, but in majority aspects, we feel satisfied that we have done anesthesiology and we have done a justice to what we are today. I think Dr. Bala sir also want to convey the some certain same feelings as certain other additional feelings also. Bala sir, sir unmute. Just wait, sir. Just wait. Sir, you unmute yourself now.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. Now, why should anesthesiologists be more in this world? Even if you see today the statistics globally, the reason why several people die, or it could be called as a preventable death, is because there was not an anesthesiologist available for an emergency cesarean section. An anesthesiologist was not available for an acute abdomen. So several parts of the world are still undermined and they're reeling under not having anesthesiologist to provide anesthesia for surgery. So I think there is a lot of need for anesthesiologist and may not be personally very lucrative, but I think the sacrifice that they do in preventing a death is probably equivalent to crores of rupees that you may get. So that's why I think knowing the world statistics, we need more anesthesiologists. We need them to provide anesthesia to all those who need surgery. And 2/3 of the world, there is still dearth of anesthesiologists. So I'm very happy that what Dr. Sehgal said. Yes, on a personal front, you feel that the popularity, the visibility, the money that you get does make a difference. But internally, if we see that the amount of happiness that you get in saving lives is unmatched. Yeah. So those are my comments, and over to Dr. Bajwa.
Thank you, sir. I think that's why always, the president and secretary, when they combine, so they can give a good comment so that the holistic view about the anesthesiology is completed so that we can give all the things which favor our specialty. And that's a very important, the statistics from the part of the globe, every part of the globe. This is how we go, how we respect our specialty. And in between, in the presence of our foreign faculty and Dr. Aruna, we want to declare some awards which are very essential. So because this is a holy platform, and when we declare on this platform, they become more and more gracious. So first of all, I like to convey about the two awards. One was the Dr. S.M. Basu National Award 2025. It was about the best systematic reviews and meta-analysis published in the Indian Journal of Anesthesia. That goes to is a whole set of authors we will be naming here. Dr. Kiran Jangra, Dr. Arvind P. Gandhi, Dr. Natasha Mishra, Dr. Mohammad Aqib Shamim, and Dr. Vijay Kumar Padi. I heartily congratulate these authors for getting their meta-analysis, getting a reward and award. It was published in the 2024 7th issue of the journal. So heartiest congratulations to all of them. I think they will be receiving the certificates during the annual conference. The second award is the Dr. Y.G. Bhojraj National Award 2025. It is about the best review article published in the Indian Journal of Anesthesia or accepted for publication in IJ. It goes to Dr. Abhijit Sukumaran Nair, Dr. Indira Gurajala, Dr. Nitin Kumar Borkar, Dr. Ujjwal Raj Dudedia, Dr. Manmohan Rangia, and Dr. Sandeep Diwan. It was published in 2025, the first issue of January issue of 2025. It's about the safety and efficacy of remifentanil in patients undergoing bariatric and metabolic surgeries, a systematic review. So both these winners of both these awards, they will be receiving their certificates during the annual conference. And now I request Dr. Bala Venkat sir to declare the 3 prestigious awards, which will be again bestowed during the Raipur ISACon. Bala sir, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Bajwa. Let this be a joint declaration. So may I request you to pronounce the name of the award, and then I will say the awardee name, so that it's jointly told both by the president and the secretary.
Okay. First of all, it's about the ISA National Bhopal Award for Academic Excellence. For that award, we had many of the contestants. All had a very, a sound background, good academics, good achievements. So we had to the governing council zeroed on one winner. So I like Dr. Bala Venkat sir to announce the winner.
Thank you, Dr. Bajwa. And as it was rightly mentioned, it was a difficult task for the National Governing Council, but always there need to be a winner. But we were very happy and congratulate all those who applied for this award. And I'm sure that keep doing this and keep doing the good work and keep applying for it. Probably next year you will get it for all those who could not get it. And the winner for the year 2025, on behalf of the National Governing Council, I would announce that it is Dr. Sheila Maitra Ninan from Tata Memorial Hospital, Mumbai. So we heartily congratulate her for her contributions.
Thank you, sir. I think everyone from a governing council and from this audience, we heartily congratulate Dr. Sheila Nanan Maitra for winning this ISA National Award, Bhopal Award for Academic Excellence. It's a very prestigious award, and when I received it, also I felt it gives you a different elated feelings. And the next award is about the AP Single ISA National AP Single Lifetime Achievement Award. For this, we had few applications. It's been given to always to the people who have done a tremendous work in anesthesia, not just academically, but how the anesthesia has grown, how they help it grow over the city branches, state branches, nationally, and how much work they have done to propagate the name of the specialty. So there were many names about the applications for this award. 2, 3 very very close contestants. So I request Dr. Bala Venkat sir to declare the winner of the AP Single Lifetime Achievement Award, sir.
This is again another very, very prestigious award, which goes to a senior professional who has contributed his entire life for the upliftment of the fraternity and who has produced phenomenal number of young students who took anesthesia to reach great heights. But I would request Dr. Bajwa to declare this award.
So I think, sir, rightly mentioned. So Dr. Vishal Sehgal is also there. He is also the student of the same teacher. So it's Dr. Balbir Chabra, sir. So that is a wonderful achievement of Dr. Balbir Chabra, sir. He is a teacher of the teachers and rightly bestowed upon him because this award really carries a huge prestige on its shoulders, and one of the best anesthesiologists. A very very close contest between 1 or 2 people, but it's very difficult sometimes to choose. But ultimately, Dr. Balbir Chabra is the winner for this award. So heartiest congratulations, Dr. Vishal, also for your teacher to get this award, and you are on the right day, right platform.
Thank you for that. His style of teaching and everything was what prepared me to rise the ladder of success in US. Very good.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Vishal. And now there was another prestigious award. It's about the oration. Oration means it's Dr. Venkatrao Oration, a very prestigious, a very eminent anesthesiologist. During his time, so on his name, we have started this oration. And for this oration, we always choose the best person who has done a tremendous job in anesthesia, academics, who rightfully deserves it for all the hard work done in this field. And again, there were, many applicants. It was a tough job for the governing council also to come out with a clear winner name. And then I think on the objective and subjective scoring, it pointed to one winner in the end. So I request Dr. Bala Venkat sir to declare the name of the winner.
Thank you, Dr. Bajwa. And again, on behalf of the National Governing Council, I'm extremely delighted and happy to announce the winner of this very prestigious annual oration, Dr. Venkatrao Oration. And this year, this will be bestowed on Dr. Sunil Pandya from Hyderabad, who is a very, very popular mentor and a teacher in high-risk obstetrics and obstetric anesthesia, who was the one who resulted in the formation of Obstetric Anesthesia Association in this country and has mentored several young minds. So the Dr. Venkatrao Oration for the year 2025 will be has been bestowed on, it's declared now, but he'll be delivering it in 2026. So that will be Dr. Sunil Pandya from AIG Hospital, Hyderabad.
Thank you, Bala sir. And yes, it will be, we always give this oration 1 year in advance so that the orator has ample time to prepare for his oration, because this is requires a huge, tremendous build up to the oration to gather so many things, because that's why it has become so prestigious also. So these were the few prestigious awards. Rest of the awards, the dates, I think we have extended few dates to 30th or 31st of October for the various branch awards, including the World NSA Day celebrations. Because this days falls today, it takes time to prepare the report, to get the evidence, to prepare the pictures, to be sent to the national headquarters to apply for the award. So we have extended the dates till 31st of October, although it will become a very tedious and a very tumultuous job to carry out that analysis, but still we give chances to all our members to apply for these prestigious award. Various cities, branch, state, so many awards are there. You go to the isaweb.in, go to the awards and nominations, you will come to know so many awards are there, and then you will realize, oh, would have applied for this award, I could have applied for this award. This because people don't visit the website so often. When you visit the website, see the awards, at many places you will come to know, oh, I missed this award, there was a golden opportunity, I was the best among this category. So many things will happen to you. So make a regular visit to the ISI website. There will be a lot for you, for everyone, a lot of awards to be won, lot of things to be, getting into your kitty. And now I request, so there are so many of our audience, there were renowned eminent personalities are there, Dr. Vishal Sehgal and Dr. Madam Aruna C. Ramesh. So if anyone has a query, you can unmute yourself directly and ask our eminent faculty, so that because myself and Dr. Bala Venkat sir may not be able to complete all the questionnaire or queries on your behalf, but you can ask yourself also, raising your hand, and you can ask the question directly to any of them. I hope the both of them will be, generous enough to give the answer to the person who will be doing the query. Yeah, please, anyone you want to have a question, you can ask to them directly.
Well, I have a comment to make.
Yeah,
Considering
please. In the
the,
meanwhile, please.
considering the tremendous importance of anesthesia in the working of the hospital, maybe the 6 months of internship should be dedicated to anesthesia for the interns or something. Everybody should have some core, and that would turn out to be a better clinician, whatever branch they go in, because it's so very important.
Yeah, true. Because on of late, when I was teaching the basic skills to the MBBS students, the third year and fourth year MBBS students, they were so much glued to the teaching. They were so happy with the hands on the, resuscitation and other things, that they find that they have become real doctors. And how you really put up the background, how you really put up the importance of those resuscitative skills to them, it touches their heart, and they correlate, because themselves think that they are a layman in the medical field, and when they learn this procedure, they think that they can do some wonders. And when anything happens around them in the family or on the streets, on the public place, so they will be ready to, do some contribution to the patient safety, for the betterment, for the good prognosis of those. So these are the skills, I think they are better to be taught by the anesthesiologist. And somehow in the previous years, what we saw in the BCME and this one CBME, these type of topics were assigned to the Department of Pharmacology, which was a little bit of a erroneous thinking in the policy making. But on a whole, when it comes to the institution, so these are taken up by the anesthesiologist and intensivist, and I've seen the students making real effort to learn the things. We always see them talking in between in the classes, not paying attention. But here they really want to prove themselves, want to learn these procedures. That's the biggest thing I have observed in the third year and fourth year. Although they may not be well versed in the true physiology and the pathology of the, circulation, the heart, and all those things, but they still put their efforts to learn these things. Definitely, 6 month training may not be possible during internship. That may deprive many of them from the good things of medicine, surgery, gynae. But our structure should be like such that wherever they are put, whatever being taught in the anesthesia curriculum, that should have been a part of every internship. Just like the foundation courses of the MBBS, the internship should also be revised and re-revised to such an extent, and wherever they post it, they learn the best of the things, rather than just passing time in those departments for file making or sample taking or something like that, just basics only. So these can be worked out. I think that's a very weak area of internship has gone. It has rather deteriorated over the long years since it started almost 50 years back. Now it's a different way we are doing the internships. So as we are rightly said, I think that is the important. Bala sir, your views on that?
I truly agree with this because if you need to save somebody on the road, or if you have to say somebody in the house, for example, they have an anaphylaxis, until you know to start a venous access, until you know to protect the airway and ventilate the patient, we may lose the close one in spite of you being a super specialist. I think that's one simple reason why uh, like circulation and breathing and airway should be taught to every single surgeon and specialists, medical specialist. I think I completely agree with this.
Thank you, sir. I think
What
if somebody wants to question, they can ask to Dr. Vishal and Dr. Aruna directly about the endocrine anesthesia or emergency medicine.
One more anecdote I remember when I was doing my residency here, I was working in the ER, and there was like a 4-pound lady who was suspected to be like HIV or with some meningitis, and we wanted to do a spinal tap. Nobody thought it can be done. They said refer to interventional radiology to do it because we can't do it. I was like, let me try it. And when I did it, everybody was like, wow, you just did a spinal tap on a 400-pounder. I was like, that's what I've been taught. That's what I know. But there was like a
Yeah.
big wow on that.
So you became right the hero at that time only. So that
Yeah,
means you
right
became
after,
hero.
like, everybody in the ER was like, you did it? Yeah, I was just like the first hero.
So you're keeping the flag of Indian anesthesiologist flying high, then coming to the internal medicine. So that's a good way.
And then there was a neurology. He wanted to do it, and he saw that and he referred me. The patient was like, no, you do it. He said, no, he's better than me. So I was like, right from the word go, it gave you such a good head start. Like everybody was like, wow.
Yeah, that's anyway a good confession by the neurologist also. So I think that's a better way to put it, that anesthesiologist inside you will always be there to help you out. Dr. Madhuri is there. Dr. Madhuri, you want to ask anything to both of them? Your voice is not audible.
Sir, I don't want to ask anything,
Huh?
but I just want to add that regarding the interns that you all were discussing, the interns, at least in our state, we have got the Jiva Raksha program. And in this, the interns are taught all these emergency management, including anaphylaxis and cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and all kinds of emergency management they are taught. So they are made to undergo these courses. So
Okay,
that
great.
helps them in their internship, you know.
How come that
Yeah.
in part of internship? How long that course is?
No, that course is for a period of 3 days, and they're given a
3 days.
certificate. So we make them undergo
Okay.
that course. So that helps them in their internship.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I request all my GC members, also GC colleagues, to have some queries so that at least looks like that you people are also listening very carefully. And I want somebody of you to question get some glimpses of wisdom from these two eminent personalities. Dr. Assis is there. He's thinking of asking a question. I think already framed in his mind. So all my GC colleagues, you are requested to ask a question first before other people can ask. We have 10 minutes more, 10-15 minutes more.
Dr. Bajwa,
Yeah.
my question to Dr. Arna Mehta. How can you save the anesthesiologists from medical legal hazards in the emergency department?
I think same question goes for emergency physician also. Madam, both, how can you save that emergency physician or anesthesiologist from getting entangled into the this complexities of the legal angles when you are finding a patient who is almost critically ill with no attendant there, with hardly any person accompanying that, and you have to start the life-saving procedures on that patient with nobody there to give the consent also, ma'am. Ma'am, unmute yourself, ma'am. Unmute yourself.
Just sticking to the policy of the hospital, some common sense, and ensuring documentation. I think that is what is going to save you from all the hassles that will occur afterwards. Once you document appropriately, it will protect you from anything. You have identified a concern, and this concern you feel is immediately life-threatening. Intervention is required, and you are doing the intervention, and all this is documented pre-intubation, pre-intervention and post-intervention. And then the most important thing is going to be communication. As long as you are communicating to the concerned attenders or to the administrators when there is an unknown patient that comes, on the actions you are taking and documenting it, I don't think anybody can point a finger at you.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the approach, ma'am, we are employing in our day-to-day practice also, because nowadays also the government is lax in the, especially in the institutions when the patients comes on a emergency bed, the triage when we are doing it, we are saving these patients from deaths which can occur or the prognosis gets more poorer by not attending to them. The documentation and able your documentation and conveying to the administrators, I think that the patient have a right to get treated even if the attendants are not there, even the patient not in a condition to give consent. I think we are in the, it depends upon the senior most person attending to the patient. They have a capacity to treat this patient and without getting into entangled into the medical legal hazard. That should be the approach, ma'am. I think we should not be afraid that somebody is not there, so who will be giving the consent. So I think we can also give consent on our behalf when treating this patient when we are in a senior position, because nobody will be questioning your integrity and sincerity in treating these type of critical injured patients. Thank you, ma'am, for that. That's a good answer and a good question by Dr. Manoj. Rest of my colleagues from GC, anybody has a question?
May I, Dr. Bajwa?
Yeah, please, please, please.
No, not the actual question, but there is a good Samaritan law for this purpose. I think everybody knows it, and very popular internationally also. So that protects us from legal tangle when you try to resuscitate someone in emergency situation. This is existing in our country.
Yeah, that's true. And anybody else has a question for our faculty today? But I think whatever has been conveyed by Dr. Vishal and Dr. Rana Madam is a tremendous. I think we are fortunate enough to have you here as a, speakers, as a orators, as well as, as a friends also to answer those many, many questions straight from the heart. I think that's how the anesthesiology, it makes you a better person. It makes you a much, much better person, a much better caregiver, a much better person with sympathy and empathy on both sides. So there are so many attributes and qualities which you imbibe during your post graduation and during your residency when you're grounded up. When you grow into this field, it makes you a much, much better person to handle the crisis, not in the OR or in the ICU or in the emergency room, but also at the other, parts of life. You handle this crisis because if you can handle the crisis in the most difficult way, the most difficult manner, in the most difficult situation, you can handle any emergency or any crisis in a much better way. You become much better accomplished person. I think we majority of us owe it to our branch, our specialty, that they have shaped us in such a beautiful manner that we are able to handle many, many of the crises, and that lead to the growth of a person, growth of the specialty, and the growth of the country. And we are so proud that one of our own person has gone on to become the secretary of the WFSA, and we hope that very soon he should be the president of WFSA, leading the country onto the global map. So, Bala sir, don't listen like that. You have to comment on that also.
No, thank you so much, Dr. Bajwa. I think with every position comes the responsibility.
Yeah.
So it's just not the position. What you do with the position is so crucial and important. And in case if you are able to make some impact in preserving lives, I think that's the biggest contribution ever you can do to our own fellow human beings who depend so much on the doctors to save them in crisis. So I think Indian Society of Anesthesiologists is truly committed to make sure that we propagate safe practice of anesthesia across this nation. And it's so crucial in our country because of the paradox that exists between the corporate setups and institutions and in private practice and in small nursing homes. But we are so happy that we are capable of producing anesthesiologists who are able to work in diverse atmospheres but still give the best to the patient. I think we feel very, very happy about the improvisations that are made by anesthesiologists working in small areas, still giving excellent results. So our country is really proud of all of them. And I'm sure that we need to move forward. And in this process, we need to document our data. I think ISA will, having established the college, will now focus on incident reporting, a registry, and our own data, which will help us to create clear guidelines, which is very suitable for our own patients. And I look forward for that day. And also, it's a very sincere wish that we get the World Congress of Anesthesia 2030 to our country. And I'm happy to share that the National Governing Council approved it, and we have applied to the World Federation, and we have given our bid to conduct the meeting in 2030. I'm sure with all your help and support, if it's given to us, we will create a historical meeting which will be remembered forever. And this week has been so enriching, and I sincerely thank the national headquarters, Honorary Secretary Dr. Bajwa, in spite of he being the principal of an institution, made sure that at 6:30 he arrives every day and runs through the entire program all the 7 days. To all the National Governing Council members, in spite of their clinical commitments, they were there throughout this journey. And I'm sure that all those who participated in these 7 days, all the members will feel enriched. And for those who could not participate, all this is available in the recording is available in the YouTube, and at a date that it's convenient to you, you need to go through this because it's a true treasure to become a better version of ourselves. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. Bajwa. And thanks to all of you who have made this a possibility, with a special mention to the melodious voices of the ISA Cultural Club. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for your generous and nice words. Before I move to the last part, I request Dr. Chauba Singh, our National Governing Council member, to convey the vote of thanks to our eminent personalities, faculty, as well as everyone here. Dr. Chauba Singh, please.
A very good evening to the respected seniors and the dear friends. So as we bring down the curtain on this magnificent celebration of NSA Action Week 2025, it gives immense joy and pride to extend a vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing team. First and foremost, sincere thanks to the Sir Suminder Singh Bajwa sir, Honorary Secretary, for his continuous guidance, inspiring welcome addresses, and unwavering leadership throughout all the sessions. Deep appreciation goes to Sir Bala Venkat sir, the President of ISA, whose presidential address and insightful summation have set a high standard of professionalism and commitment. What we began with a vision of celebrating anesthesia in all dimensions. And what a celebration it has been. So day one, it was a opening session was done by the WFSA President Dr. Daniel, and on the patient blood management. Her expertise and dedication was truly inspiring. Day two, that is 11 of October, the Women Leadership Challenges and Possibilities panel discussion is valuable insight throughout the day on day two. Day three is a practical leadership. Two speakers, Murali Thonvi and Luis Fernandez Falco, has given a important talk on the practical leadership for the next generation anesthesists and system level leadership for safe, equitable anesthesia were truly enlightening and inspiring. Day four, the career growth from the pain medicine to the trauma anesthesia. So your contribution by all the speakers like Navin sir, Rajgopal madam, Dhiraj Masapu, Vijay Sethi, Dr. Nandini Dev, and Kajal Jain madam, your contribution has opened avenue for your young anesthetists, guide them through their diverse career opportunities that awaits them. Day 5, the physical, mental, financial wellness, yoga and nutrition. Talk by the Kumaresh sir of the financial wellness. Physical by Sir Devite sir, the Everest Mount base camp trekking. And your marathon after the bypass surgery. That was truly inspiring. Now, after listening to this talk, Everest base camp was in my bucket list to fulfill. And about the marathon, I have already representing Manipur for the 50 plus walking race in the national level in January. That will be held in Kerala. I'll be representing there. I'm just following the footstep of our your leaders. And day 6, the private practitioner forum by the Pankaj Gupta sir, Rajiv Gupta, and Sunil Sethi, practitioner role in research and patient safety was truly enlightening. And day 7, the last day of the NSA week, that marks the birthday of our specialty, a day of pride, reflection, renowned commitment to our profession and our patient. I want also to thank Dr. Aruna Madam, the emergency physician now, and Dr. Bisal, now the endocrinologist, for sharing their insightful experience. I also would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Navin sir, Deputy sir, Manisha Kartikkar, Srinivasalu, Ramkrishna Reddy, Manoj Kumar, Rakesh Garg sir, Hena Chawla, Indrani Madam, Sujata Madam, Tanbir, Dr. Arpana Budakar, Girija Balurpu, Ranju Singh, Kumresh sir, and all for their valuable contribution to the grand success of this week. A warm thank you to the ISA cultural team led by Chatana Madam, Minna, and Chaleza, Dr. Dristi, for enriching its day's event with beautiful prayers and national anthem at the end. Gratitude is also expressed to all past president, all the National Governing Council members, CISA members, private practitioners, academicians, ISA, Art and Literature Club, every organizing and voluntary member who work behind the scene. As we conclude the grand celebration, let's carry forward the spirit of Anesthesia Week, Anesthesia Action Week, the spirit of knowledge, compassion, and service into our daily practice and into the future. Thank you, thank you all, you one and all. Long live ISA. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Chauba Singh. I think that was a wholesome and holistic word of thanks for all the people who spend their time on our national platform for the NSC Action Week. I think it was more than anticipated things, but you did a wonderful job. You carried the flag of all 7 days and thanked everyone from the bottom of our hearts on the behalf of Governing Council. So now I request, because we are coming to an end, I request everyone to turn off the videos as we play the national anthem, because we cannot do it by standing here on the online platform. We always consider turning off the video is just akin to standing. So standing ovation to our national anthem. So I request everyone to turn off their videos.
Hello everyone, we are presenting National Anthem by ISA Cultural Club. Jai Hind.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा
विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा
जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे
So that was a beautiful compilation. So it ran through all 7 days by the ISA Cultural Club, the Saraswati Vandana, as well as the national anthem. It made our program all the more, attractive, graceful, traditional, and very religious. So that was something to cherish for a long time to come, because on the YouTube you will be listening to the national anthem and Saraswati Vandana every time you watch a recording of these programs. So now I request our President Sir to formally close the session today, and as we bringing down the curtains on this beautiful celebration of Anesthesia Action Week. Bala Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Bajwa. As we close this session, we look forward to meeting all of you at Raipur. In case if you have not registered, do register, and please make sure that you make at least one more person from your department register for Raipur, because together we can be strong and we can become stronger. So looking forward to meeting you, all of you in Raipur. Long live ISA, Jai Hind.
Yeah. So we end by saying, long live ISA.
Long live ISA.